Hi friends, come on in, grab your coffee, and let's sit together as we open 1 Corinthians chapter 4 verses 14 through 21. Paul is speaking like a loving father, a loving spiritual father. He draws the Corinthians' attention to the fact that he was their spiritual father, and he meant that he was the founder of their church. He started the church there in Corinth, and therefore he could be trusted to have their best interests at heart. He encourages them to imitate him and follow his example. He could say this because he had a close relationship with God. God was Paul's example, and therefore Christians could follow Paul's example. Lots of people talk about faith, but that's all it is talk in their lives. The real walk of faith comes when our actions and our words match. We should not just talk about God's kingdom, we should walk it out. Our lives should visibly show God's life-changing power at work in us. James 1 verse 22 through 25 says we must be doers of the word and not just hearers, or we deceive ourselves. Philippians 2 verse 12 through 13 tells us to work out our salvation with fear and trembling because God is at work in us. Ephesians 2 verse 10 says we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works. Paul wasn't asking the Corinthians to follow a perfect man. He was pointing them to follow his example of following Christ. So let's be the same kind of example. People whose words and actions line up, so others can clearly see Jesus at work in our lives. Thank you so much for joining me today. If 1 Corinthians 4 verse 14 through 21 challenged you to live out your faith more visibly, would you please share this video with a friend? God willing, I will see you tomorrow as we continue in chapter 5. Until then, let's walk what we talk. Let our lives show that we really belong to Jesus. And remember that you are deeply, deeply loved. Shalom, shalom.